had blue, teal, and
Arise,
red.
minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We're doing this for a very specific reason, and if you can't tell why on screen, you done fucked up. In all seriousness, arise, minions, and welcome to unMadeGaming. We are here for another episode of Through the Glass, and if you're uncomfortable, I did my job. That being said, we took a week off last week. We are back for this fun game where we're going to do a lot of dumb shit. I'm going to light things on fire. Everyone's going to be mad at me, and that's pretty much it. Two things before we get in here. If you guys like the channel and what we do here, please go check us out on Patreon. If you want to talk about it, join us in the Discord. And in the bottom right-hand corner, you see nothing because I forgot to set it up, but it'll be there in a second. When you see that, it'll be there. It's a corruption bar. The corruption bar serves two purposes. One, when it fills, Natalie gets to do whatever the hell she wants to us. And two, more importantly, every single dollar that goes back into that prevents me from talking in that voice ever again. No, it goes back to the wonderful, beautiful, amazing faces that you see here before you. So if you guys want to support this show, these people, please hit that tip button down below and throw some coins to your streamers. With that, I will turn things over to Natalie to bring us back into the world of Toranna.
Of Toranna. Actually, if the more money you put in there, the more likely the rest of us will start doing that into our mics, and it just becomes an entire ASMR video at this point, of which you will all enjoy in some way, shape, or form. I hope. I don't actually know. Otherwise, you will feel awkward, and we're just going to keep going with it. So back to anime. Yeah, pretty much, right?
Yeah.
What happened last time? Because I had to remind myself recently, mostly in that y'all fought a giant snake monster thing, which went very interestingly, but you did manage to shoot its eyes out, which is pretty baller. You argued with each other for quite a while. And while I'm fairly certain you were in the mirror world, you managed, you killed enough time talking that Steve, the little scuttlebud, who is at least best buddies with Lockie and is kind of friends with Jules, but Jules pulled out the tarot cards, during which time Steve pulled out a bunch of cards. Steve kind of did a reading. And then y'all determined that Lockie's old best BFF, Naya, may or may not be watching you. At which point then Naya walks into the room and says to Lockie, I believe we need to have a conversation. And that's actually where we left off. I'm pretty sure that's actually the entire summary of last episode. I feel like y'all spent a lot of time getting mad at each other.
That's correct.
I feel like that's been the summary of this entire game.
That sounds right.
We spent half the episode mad at Levi.
Also but it was juicy.
Oh, God, it's back. The voice is back. I love it. I love it. This is a very deep kit. Okay, cool. So we're there, and what does Naya look like again?
So how this came in was somebody had walked in. They're standing in front of the portal, the mirror that was there that you guys had walked through previously. Tall, in dark armor, similar to the rest of Lockie's squad, so to speak, with a bone mask covering most of their face, horns going up, and a black piece of fabric as if it's cutting off where they're supposed to speak. Like it's through their mouth, so they're not able to speak. And they actually had spoken to you in your head. Because if it wasn't creepy before, it is now.
Collectively in our heads?
Yeah.
Gross.
Fun.
I don't like that.
I don't think you like most of what I do. Oh,
they said them to Lockie, right?
They did, okay. But you had all heard it. It was, Lockie, I believe we need to have a discussion.
I'm sorry, Natalie, adjust your microphone real quick.
Oh, sorry, do I have to get real close to it?
Yeah.
Lockie, I believe we need to have a discussion.
Perfect. I'm going to clip that. It's my new ringtone.
Wonderful.
The whole chat's sweaty now.
This is my agony. Get you friends.
There it is.
Get you friends who use your kinks against you, kids.
Those are your true friends.
Yeah.
They are. I wouldn't do that.
Really
I wouldn't accept this from just anybody.
Well.
Anyway, Anyways,
gonna wrap.
that is actually where we're picking up, man. We missed a week, and this is where we start.
Yeah. Oh no.
So Jules is scare roused, and that's all I'm gonna say for the moment.
Okay.
Lucky.
I think Levi just stands there
me.
confused.
Okay.
Kid, are you about the same?
Yeah. So Lucky takes a step up. And is like, okay. So now what?
Lucky, where did you go?
Why is
You left me.
Are they moving their mouth?
I remember it slightly differently.
They're not moving their mouth in the slightest. It is still with this black piece of fabric tied around their head, lips not moving even around that. But you hear this voice in your head, and Levi, you recognize this voice. This is the voice that you've talked to before.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
And their bones are on the inside this time, right? Oh no,
Their bones are on the outside.
Oh, so they're
Their bones are
outside
on
the
the
mirror
outside.
world, and their bones are still on the outside. Yuck.
Their bones are doing so great.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
I think Levi is uncharacteristically quiet in this moment. The lady's scary.
Lucky says nothing because Lucky doesn't notice. John goes, what? And I think Lucky's sort of just like, why does everyone keep asking me that? And says, I didn't leave you. I left to hunt monster.
No, you left us. You left me. You left Saba. And you left Lady Care. You abandoned us, Lucky.
Is that why she wants me to kill you?
Probably.
Okay.
You could phrase it that way.
I found someone who was able to take some of my power. And you found him, and he found you. But unfortunately, he hasn't listened like he was supposed to. He's supposed to kill you. Or you're supposed to kill him. I don't really care. You need to come back. You were not supposed to leave.
I'm sorry. What? You have to kill me, Lucky?
It's not that specific. No.
What do you mean it's not that specific?
Yeah, how specific is it, man? Because like killing me is pretty specific.
So I'm not supposed to kill you, and Lucky points at you. I'm supposed to kill you, and Lucky broadly gestures at all of you.
So, like, I mean, I know we've had our issues, and I've been, some of them, but I told you, like, right away that I had to kill you. And I can't help but notice that you didn't do that.
I also haven't killed you.
I mean, thanks, but, like, a little heads up that you might would be nice.
I wasn't going to give you a heads up that I might, because I wasn't going to.
But
Why
still,
would I have to give you a heads up for things I wouldn't do?
When they involve killing me, that would be great, because that means someone else wants to kill me.
Levi, you walked face first into a basilisk. I'm pretty sure you can figure out when things want to kill you.
All right. We get sassy about it. Just curious if he wanted to kill me or not. Jerk. Oh, by the way, you're welcome. It emotions towards the basilisk at Naya. Just, job done. You're welcome. Something about elite squads couldn't take it down, so you guys are pretty solid at your jobs.
So, I'm sorry, but why I mean, I understand why you were probably given instructions to do that, but can't we? What? But I want to know why that, as opposed to us just leaving and, you go do your business, we go try and go back to ours.
That's a great question. And Lucky just turns and looks at Naya.
There are greater things at work here. Lucky was not supposed to leave. Lucky was supposed to stay like a good boy, and he didn't.
And Lucky interrupts and he goes, in my defense, I was told to stay and then told to kill them. Those contrast.
I mean, before that.
You have to refer to which one then.
It seems as though you've been coming and going as you please. And you don't seem to understand the ramifications of this. You don't seem to understand we need to serve Lady Care. You need to serve her. Why do you disobey?
Because listening to her is the reason why a monster got away and the reason why I wasn't allowed to go after it. And that doesn't make any sense.
Do you think that there's something that she doesn't know, that she doesn't see, that she doesn't understand?
I know that several of our number have died, and Lucky points over his shoulder at the dead basilics behind him, and the human that borrowed your power, as you like to refer to them, and a gun took it down. So you tell me.
To be fair, it was a magic gun.
To be fair.
Yes, thank you for the clarification.
To be fair.
How fun.
How is that fun? It's not fun at all.
I mean, not the right time.
Also, and maybe it's none of my business, but considering the fact that I just recently found out that my friend that went missing is actually missing because of me and is actually something from in this world, and I'm still kind of all fucked up about that, let me go ahead and bridge into your friendship for just a second and interject. And you keep talking about how this person wasn't supposed to leave and then they left and how that's a problem. Well, that shit's already over and done with. So now that that's done, what would you like to do to resolve it going forward? Because I have my own shit that I need to take care of in regards to your world and the things that come from it. So if we could figure out a resolution to this, that would be great.
You see Naya look at you, smile, even with the gauze through their mouth, look at Levi, and then back at you. I think I gave my powers to the wrong mortal.
I mean, I'll make her gun magic again. Watch out.
What the intent is to have Lucky stay, to have him come back to reunite our squad so we can do what we were born to do, what we were made to do. Lucky, you realize we have one purpose in this world, right?
I've been doing, yes.
We live to serve. And if you don't serve, you have no purpose.
I'm sorry. No. Not only is that just the biggest amount of horse shit that I've ever heard anyone say, sorry, I know you're not from here, but not really something that we do here. But I'm pretty sure that if you want them to come back, one, this is not the way to go about convincing them to do that. And two, I'm pretty sure if they're not coming back, it's because they've already kind of got a purpose outside of this world and they're content with that more than they are with what you had them doing before. And clearly, you guys weren't really doing all that well when you were a squad together because that shit has been coming into our world.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lockie's one of us. We're getting to the bottom of this.
Even
Yeah, gang, we're going to get to the bottom of this.
even if his bones are on the inside.
He's our bones on the outside, friend.
He's like the opposite of the Scooby-Doo gang. It's like, oh, it's just Lockie. His bones are on the outside the whole time.
Oh, God. I've already had one group become like the Caravan of Mystery. I don't need a second one, okay?
Incorrect.
Oh,
Let's go,
God.
Lockie, dude. Where are you?
Why is this what happens to any game I DM? This is
We
a
got some anime to do.
It's gotta
Lucky.
lean into the anime. Yeah.
Is this true? Have you found a purpose besides what you were born to do? Have you chosen a different path?
Was always the same one.
I mean, I don't want to speak for Lockie, but, like, we've been kicking monster ass for, like, I don't know. It's only been 24 hours, I guess. So, and so far we killed one that got by the three of you guys who are supposed to be awesome. No offense, Lockie, sorry. But it got by you three. We killed that one twice. And then this one who killed several elite teams. I don't know what that means, but that's what Lockie said several times when I went, I'm going to kill it. And he said, no, do it. It killed blah, blah, blah. And I stopped listening. Regardless, we've been doing way better than you guys have been doing. So, like, maybe he's doing the same job, just better, because you suck at it.
I'm sorry, did you enjoy having powers? Did you enjoy having access to magic?
I mean, you should just give me the rest, because I'm clearly better at it than you are.
Or I can just take it away and see how you fare without it.
I mean, no offense, Jules, but she has no powers either, and she helped shoot the shit out of that giant snake monster, so...
So you would be equally as good?
Jules is going to be standing behind Levi going,
Like, when she says equally as good, he looks to her and goes, yeah. With
thanks,
confidence.
man.
Like,
Really
he
appreciate
has
that confidence that you have in that sentiment.
It's in him. He has no skill with guns. It's like, yeah, I'll be as good as her with no powers. Sure, take him away. I need those. It's all of who I am.
Please understand I'm just bullshitting right now, please.
It's for the drama. Please stop. Don't hurt me.
Raises the sign. Do not call my bluff, K.
I need a shirt that
Levi,
says it's for the
the
drama. Please stop.
Levi, the true bard of this entire party, tries to bullshit his way out of a problem.
You're welcome.
Got it.
Game recognized game.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fuck.
Niall looks at the three of you that have been speaking the most and then looks towards Kit. And who are you in this mess? You who have not spoken, who have stayed silent. I did not give you powers, nor are you bragging about your abilities without them.
Wouldn't
Wouldn't you
about
like
my
to know?
abilities without them either, Levi?
Don't punch me.
Hey,
Same team. Don't punch me.
hey. Don't punch me? All right, sorry.
Wouldn't you like to know?
Oh, I would. You are... There's something about you. There's something different in... And they do this weird thing where they smell the air. There's something about the way you smell that is just...
Ew.
You're not from here.
Ew, ew, ew.
You're not like these two. And she points towards Jules and Levi in that moment.
Just want to throw out there real quick that you smell different when you're awake is some BTK killer shit, and I'm not here for it. I gotta tell you.
I'm 100% here for it.
Mm-mm.
Zodiac me up, baby.
Ugh. Are we done here? Let's. What is this? You're just gonna come up here and smell me? And tell Lockie who to be killing right now? It seems like you're just scrambling for some power here.
He's already been told who to kill. It's whether or not he decides to go ahead with that. That is the decision, Lockie.
No.
You've chosen this side over ours.
Side. Awesome.
We're the good guys.
Yeah. So.
You've chosen these fools over that who raised you, over me, over Naya, over Sava. You've chosen over your squad.
Of the list of people who have been back and forth across the narrative visit, I think I have a couple more ticks in that category than you. So who's choosing?
I mean, I'm not trying to make more enemies here, but like we met Sava. He seemed pretty cool.
Yeah, Sava was actually pretty nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, had a cool spear too.
He had a cool spear. He helped us kill a monster. I nicknamed him Sava Cakes. It was a whole thing.
He had a spear.
Yeah, he stabbed
I
him.
don't.
Trident.
That
but
was
yes.
that was the
I don't
time that
think-
you were.
Sorry, Natalie TM.
You were unconscious
I don't-
most of the time.
I don't. Well, I was gonna say I don't really think that I noticed. Anyway,
Because of the cakes.
Oh, Sava cakes. Forgot about that. Anyways.
someone wants to draw me that fan art for my birthday. It's coming up. The only birthday cake I will accept.
I don't want to know where the candle goes. Anyways.
Cake.
I can give you an idea.
Oh, I know exactly where it goes. I'm also trying.
There's several places it could.
There's a few. There's a few.
You don't need to relax, by the way.
Yeah.
That's just fun.
Just careful about hair. Anyway.
Really? Has he too fallen from grace? Has he also fallen from Our Lady's orders? What a shame. He'll have to die as well. Lockie, you have one more choice, one more chance. What are you going to do? Are you going to side with these fools you've known for quite literally, what's the phrase they say here? A hot minute? I think that's what they say. Or are you going to go with those who have been around you your entire life? Which are you choosing, Lockie?
Up until you mentioned Sava, you had a case. I think you and I both know that of the three of us, he was always the one who was probably the best of us. And if choosing this means that he's going to die too, because now you know that he can see a little bit further, then I think you're letting yourself do that. I'm probably going to have to take more than the eye.
And with that, you see Naya pull from harness to her side this leather whip. This game is going in all kinds of directions, and I did
It's
not intend
great.
that. And
I did that on
John for this.
I'm sorry, what?
I did this
I'm
on
sorry.
purpose.
I'm sorry. What did you take?
I'm like, I know where this is going, and I kind of beat it a little bit today, but that's okay.
Natalie,
Jesus
please
Christ.
go on.
Mhm.
Slow detail.
This is why I belong in Dice Daddies. Anyways.
Oh my God. Y'all.
Oof.
I can't.
Roll to see if you hit me with the whip.
Oh my God.
She doesn't have to. We have to roll to dodge.
In this game, I don't roll. Anyways,
I'm going to break.
Most viewed video on YouTube incoming.
Oh my God.
Welcome
Why
through the
me?
glass where we just play the game.
Most why me?
Welcome to Unmade
On
After
repeat.
Dark.
Oh my God.
Welcome to Through the Glass, where we just became the After Dark episode.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's fine. Where we just destroy Cora. It's good. It's all good. Actually, so that said, though, Lucky, because I don't roll in this game, you
Yup, I
do.
need to roll to get.
I'm gonna say you're rolling to act under pressure, because Naya's going to pull out her whip.
There's pressure going on, all right.
Yup.
Oh, there's pressure. Is there ever?
Pants feelings.
That's a failure.
I love failures
Perfect.
so very much.
That's an experience. Yeah.
That is you. You are gaining experience.
I am. I'm
I think you've got the most experience out of the group, aside from maybe.
No, I think. I think
Kid's still winning. That, I
it's still
think.
winning by like
Okay.
1 or 2. I think.
I
Yeah.
don't think I have any experience.
Well,
You've not failed enough.
She's got to fail harder.
I'm sorry, I'll try better.
Try better to fail harder. Got it. All right. So you have tried to act under pressure, my dear, and unfortunately, you not. So you are going to take. What is your soak again? Or yes, is that one?
Soak
Which
one.
game am I playing again?
You're right.
Good.
Armor soaks 1.
Perfect. Naya comes up to. Naya has been standing kind of facing the lot of you this whole time, and instead pulls out, like, unclicks the whip from their harness on their side here, and just lets it back and leashes it out towards you, taking you'd be 2 damage, but down to 1 because of your soak.
Okay,
So.
sounds good.
You are taking a harm.
I am indeed.
Excellent.
Cool.
What does anybody else want to do aside Cora, who's just going to fan herself?
I got
Guys,
one
I'm
trick.
so warm.
Okay, I have one trick.
I got one trick. That's all I got. I got Jinx.
Oh boy.
I'm just hoping that things go well, and
I
that's
think
what.
I think I'm gonna do nothing.
Wait, what? Are you feeling okay?
Yeah, I remember Loki said something about like this being his fight before, and like that's a thing that Levi fundamentally understands, because he's had his own fights before, and so he actually like doesn't do anything. He doesn't even raise a hand, unless like it looks like it's gonna go south or Loki asks for it. He does nothing.
Fair.
Yeah, of course, Kit. This is like, Kit, you only either do amazing or terrible.
Give me that hold. I got two hold on my
I'll take-
Jinx.
I'll take +2 any day.
Coming up, boxcars.
What a niche reference.
That's a Dice Daddy reference there.
What has this game become? I can't even argue.
I should never have mentioned this shit, and we wouldn't be here right now.
I'm gonna start recording.
I'm
right after the
sweating
show.
through my makeup. I don't.
Oh my word.
It's insanity.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, you get your hold too there, Kit, darling.
Kit is intensely concentrating on this all going well.
There is that, like, yeah, you're intensely concentrating. There's that single sweat bead as you focus and you gain your +2 your 2 hold over to use how you see fit. Excellent. Okay, Levi is doing absolutely nothing. Jules, Lockie, what are you guys doing? As Lockie, you just got a nice. Where does it hit you, Lockie? Where would you let it hit you?
I have no idea. I don't think Ilaki is going to let it hit anywhere. I think this
still
is just
hits
Naya.
you.
This is Naya just hitting.
Yeah.
No idea. No idea.
Okay. We'll say it goes against your arm at this point.
Sure.
Both your arms are. We decided both sleeves have been torn off at this point. The last one got
so it's just
dramatically
into
removed.
bones.
Yes. And so yes. Excellent. Perfect. Wonderful.
Great.
I love it. It's great. Are you doing anything, Lucky? Oh no. Okay, a bad voice is coming out. Lucky,
Oh no,
you guys.
Oh dear.
Some of those weeks. I'm just going to start with this voice, and I don't know where it goes.
Okay.
And then you give her a ha.
And then,
Yeah. And you geek her, sir. I love you. I love you so much.
I love you too. I'm so proud of our fun there. Anyway,
thanks for enjoying that moment. Everyone else watching us on stream, I'm so sorry.
if you don't get that reference, go watch Anastasia.
Yeah, be our friend. Do that thing.
Kobe Bartok. Kobe is very strange little bad.
Dancing Pink Bugs, the most disappointing villain song.
Doom her.
So I think it's Angel Wings behind Naya.
Okay.
Punch, and then punch.
And then punch.
And then punch.
Okay. Well, you will have to roll to kick smash because that's just a straight up punch.
I have to do that. Wow.
Just being a punchy punch.
Wow, that's a lot of punch.
That is a lot of punch.
That's a lot of punch.
Especially from you. So that's advanced. That's not a 12 plus. When you roll to kick some ass, you instead pick an enhanced effect. Sorry, I like to read out the rules. If we haven't noticed this, I know this is game 9. We are just, Natalie likes to read this shit out.
Yep.
You completely hold the advantage. All hunters involved in the fight get +1 forward. You suffer no harm at all. Your attacks inflict double the normal harm. Your attack drives the enemy away in a route. Those are your options on advanced. Although if you want to pitch something else to me, as per usual, I bet.
No, we're gonna go full anime on this. Like, it's just Lucky just does like the anime teleport behind you and then just punch you, like the 1-inch punch full stop into a wall, like
the DBZ instant transmission.
The DBZ like yeah, exactly.
We haven't mentioned DBZ in a while.
Yeah. No, Lucky does.
I feel like we need to every single episode. It's like in our riders that we need to mention it every episode.
Did I not make you sign something that said that? I mean, if I didn't.
Yeah, and I think so.
Was that the thing that I put my blood on?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I didn't read the fine print. I'm sorry.
The blood contract.
That is exactly what I intended.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah. That is it. Lucky just teleports behind them and just boom.
And sorry, you doing then double the normal harm? Is that what you're intending?
What was the other one? Was drive them into a route, right? But I think that's slightly different. That's like driving them away.
Correct.
Nah, just hit them a lot.
Cool. What does your punch normally do?
My punch
how much harm?
Does
unarmed
2 harm. Intimate messy.
Beautiful. Thank you.
So 4.
4. Excellent. Jules, what are you doing in this moment?
In this moment, I am just going to get my handgun ready. My not magic handgun. And I'm just going to basically like kind of drop to one knee and kind of take aim at Lockie and Naya, thank you. For some reason, I was like Java Cakes, and I'm like, that's not the fuck their name.
That's not even the name of the other one.
That's the other one.
That's not the name of the other one. That's Sava Cake. But still.
But yeah, Jules I'm just gonna basically take aim and kind of be following them, and then like the instant that like if they break apart for a second, I'm gonna take a shot.
Okay.
So kind of holding an action.
Okay, I'll take it. Excellent. So, yeah. That being said, then Naya looks at the lot of you. Not much to be impressed by, is it? And goes back and takes another hit towards Lockie. Can you please roll act under pressure?
I can attempt to do that.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
You can, whether or not it's going to work for you. Oh, it
No,
did.
It worked real well, actually.
For once. Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, Lucky has zeroed in.
How do you block this then?
So I don't. I don't get a bonus for having done this thing, correct? Or is that how does this game work again? It's been a week. I don't remember how it works.
It's been like 2 weeks. What are you trying? Like, what are you? What are you? What are you? Who are you?
I am confused.
What
currently.
year is it? What are we doing? I don't know this game.
What year is it?
So it's basically do what you're set out to do, which is essentially avoid the attacks. If you want to just say you as simply as sidestepped it, that's fine.
Yeah. So you keep your cool and take forward to acting on that information, right? That sounds correct.
Act under pressure on a 10+, you do what you set out to do, which is just you were intending to avoid the attack. I'm just asking how you intended to avoid the attack.
I'm sorry. I was looking at a completely different set of rules. That is not a move that exists because that's Monster Hearts.
I was going to say, were you looking at Monster Hearts and not Monster of the Week?
I was looking at the Monster Hearts rules because those are different.
Yeah, I accidentally opened up that folder too before I started today and then realized I was in the wrong
I
one.
can't imagine why that would be.
What day is it?
Can I roll to turn Naya on?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. If you feel like, wait, hold on. What would be the fucking?
Y'all, I don't smoke and I need a cigarette. What is happening?
Okay, no, if you felt like rolling charm, I would let you. Kit, if you really wanted to roll charm, and this is where the actual merge happens. Nobody is a rules police for me. I stopped reading comments weeks ago. So, like, if you really felt like it, I will not stop you.
You got to get right up in that mic.
Just as a side note.
You've got to do it.
Kit, the closer you get to the mic, the more +1s you have.
And you've already got +2.
All right, boys. Mama's basement's flooded, so I don't know what else we're trying to do here.
Now it's just for fun.
+3 and have your dice rolls in 3s.
Jules does nothing for her turn. Got it.
She's wading knee deep in the water.
What did this game become?
This game became 1 week of us not talking to each other, and now it's bled over into the game.
Now we're just something. I don't even know.
Yeah.
Darlings.
Levi can't actually attack. It's
went
too
away,
wet in
so
this
now all
basement.
was left was the Monster Hearts.
Monster Hearts of the
Y'all, it got a little
Hearts.
warmer outside, and everyone's Twitter pated as fuck, so chill.
Everyone's in dresses. I don't know what happened.
Oh, it's about to be sundresses caught in the middle of the butt crack season.
It already is here.
Nice.
It was like
It's time for everybody.
it was 60 all weekend.
So, important question: are you in fact rolling to turn Naya on? Because
because so Naya's taken her turn.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to the four of you, whoever wants to go in whatever order you so please.
I mean, I was just making a joke. I was making a monster.
But
Hearts
like
joke.
also,
But like, are we going in order?
Are we doing
turning
it?
Naya on first?
If anybody else feels like rolling plus charm, we will figure
I
this
have
the
negative
hell
1
out.
to charm. That's not
Yeah,
happening.
no, that's not happening with Locky.
If no one wants to attempt to turn on my ex-best friend,
Wow, that's not like a high school.
That's a
drama.
weird
I don't know
chapter
what
in
it
your
is.
all I'm saying is
memoirs.
I wrote this game. I wrote these characters, and I wrote them like Monster Hearts characters.
listen,
I don't know
she's
what you
already
want
turned
from-
on you enough, so.
That's true. So, Lucky, I think what it does is like takes the whip on the arm again, but does the enemy sort of wrap up and then pull.
Okay. All right.
Punch part 2.
Okay. So kick some ass, please.
That's trying. Okay, we're doing pretty good here. We're going pretty great. Wow, that's ridiculous.
You're doing good. You're doing good there.
Doing good here.
I've never been more sad than not being able to access my Twitch and be in chat right now than I currently am today, because I'm sure it's madhouse and I wish I could be there. But someone had to hack my fucking Twitch account and I hate them.
Oh no, really?
No.
Oh, honey.
Boo.
Yep, people are
Alright.
assholes.
People
Boo.
are.
That's fine.
pretty brutal.
Anyway, sorry.
Okay, so you go to
Boo. But also
Pounch.
boo.
You go to Pounch.
Rolled an 11.
And I'm assuming it's like Super Pounch.
Oh
No,
yeah.
you didn't. You just did normal, right? Yeah, it was just.
I mean, Super
11.
Punch is always pun. Yeah, no, it's just a normal.
So on a 10+, choose an effect. 'Cause you rolled crazy the last time. So you gain the advantage, take +1 forward, or give +1 to another hunter. You inflict terrible harm, so it's +1 to your harm. You suffer less harm, or you force them where you want them.
Sorry, that was, or you force them where you want them.
Can I force them back through the mirror?
You want to force them back through the mirror, do you?
I want to force them through the hole, yes.
Thank you, everyone, for the fodder. It's being logged away.
Cora's going to download this episode later.
We said earlier that it's just going to be the most viewed thing on YouTube, and the person who's going to be viewing it the most is me on repeat. So thank you. Add 2 favorites, yes.
Everybody take a string on Cora, and we continue.
Perfect.
Sorry, did I switch to Monster Hearts in real life? Yes. Anyways.
I mean, it's a really good way to model stuff. Anyway, but yes, I would like to force them through the hole, please.
Okay, so you force them through the mirror, not the hole, as I'm gonna rephrase here. I'm glad that we've lost the rest of this group to phrasing. Anyways, I don't know what happened to this. What happened to us this week, guys? I don't even know.
We were gone from one another for a week, and everything that was pent up within that week is spilling out now.
I feel like some of us have a lot pent up, and it's a little funny. Anyways.
Folks in the audience, if you want to know what the first 10 minutes of the stream is like when we're not here, it's what this is, but for 10 minutes. And this is a problem because we haven't done it yet.
Excellent. So you take the whip, have it wrap around your arm,
Yep.
and then you thrust is going to be the word.
Perfect.
You thrust Naya back into the hole.
Yep.
Phrasing.
Yeah, sounds perfect.
This is great, guys. Why haven't I just been running this game? I should have just run Monster Hearts the entire time.
It'll be our next one.
I mean, honestly,
It'll be our next
like
one.
I made life choices. I regret them.
we had a game.
Monster
We
game.
had outlet for it before, and then scheduling happened, and then we stopped.
When Ashley happened. Anyways, not blaming her. Love her. Anyways. We're good.
Okay, so can we do some magics to lock this thing?
Go for it. So you're trying to lock what? The mirror? Or what are you trying to lock? So basically, Naya's going into the mirror, and I want to say this is going to take kind of into the next action to give them the opportunity to react. And so they are starting to go into the mirror at this point. Kit, Levi, Jules, if any of you want to do anything to either aid this or hinder this, I don't know why you would, but I'm not your real mom, so if you feel like keeping Naya around, that's on you.
I have a very bad important question.
I love bad important questions.
How much of Naya is in the portal?
Okay, so they are like, oh God, no, standing is not going to help you. So because they are standing, they are vertical, and so it's kind of like half their body is more or less in it.
Cool.
Probably
Like-
their booty is entirely in it.
I was going to say ass in.
Their ass is in.
Yeah.
The ass is in the hole.
Their butt is back there. They went in ass first. And, oh no, this voice is coming out again. Sorry, I DM'd last week.
I want to go out of this world the way I came in. Ass first.
Ass first.
Ass first and screaming.
I may have said the words Amber Tample last week, and my Curse of Strahd group did not let me live it down.
Perfect.
So that voice is apparently coming back at this moment. So have fun.
All right, I want to use one of my strings to interfere with what a monster minion or bystander is trying to do. End of mechanical description of that.
And great.
And they are trying to not be pushed in, I assume. So
you're trying to stop them from you're trying to jinx them so that way they don't restrain.
yeah. And
I like
I'm
that you
seeing
called it a string. 1.
10.
If it wasn't already clear that we blended the entire game now, that just did it.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm seeing it as because it's all like luck, jinxy, whatnot.
Yeah.
So I think it's very much like that their hands are like slipping on the edge of the mirror as they're trying to like grab hold of it or whatnot. That it's just magically slippery.
Yeah, and I'm going to even say that with how your jinx works, so like their hands aren't gripping, they've also kind of tripped on seemingly nothing as they've been pushed backwards. So even while they try to regain their footing, they've even lost that as they're stumbling into this mirror, really.
Magically slippery. So I want to emphasize what Keith said there.
Yeah.
You were all going to get some very interesting voice messages later, and I'm going. This is going to come back threefold.
I am going to.
We're in a different kind of anime now.
I'm going to use magic, summon tentacles. I'm going to use magic.
I watched too much Castlevania over the weekend, guys. Like, actually, this is probably what did it to me. So, like,
Yeah,
realistically.
that's true. Yeah.
I am going
Fair.
to use magic.
Okay.
And I
What are you
feel
going to do
like
with magic, Mike?
enough of Naya is in the portal,
Okay, you stop that. That's great.
and I'm going to close it
Okay.
on them.
So okay. Wait, so like while they're halfway through it?
Correct.
Hence that
Or
question.
like
earlier?
Resident Evil door
Yes.
slam, people fall
I'm
apart.
going to
kind of, yeah.
splinch them in the portal.
Beautiful.
Because I'm done with this, and I'm done with people trying to kill me, and I'm curious to what happens when Bones on the outside lady bleeds out and I still have her magic powers, because then she's not a threat to me anymore. So
Really,
Please
it's
roll
about
magic
you
then.
are correct. And I get a +1 because I'm in the fight, and Lockie gave everyone a +1. Is that a thing that happened? 'Cause I
No,
haven't
he did
attacked
not
yet?
give.
I could have.
no.
I opted for more smash.
Oh, okay,
He
cool,
decided
cool,
he's
cool,
been
cool,
going with more smash.
Cool. Okay, yeah, I'm
Cool.
going to weird it up, and I can't.
Weird it up,
I
yo.
don't understand.
Me neither, man.
Your sub's talking out of turn. You might want to get on that.
I'm gonna turn it off. That's what I'm gonna do. I am going to.
I don't know with how
roll-
the stream is going.
I was going to say, I don't think that's possible.
It's the voice. The voice did it. That's what it was. She is voice activated, much like Cora. I am going to go ahead and roll this and see what happens here.
I need that on a shirt, though, guys. I really do.
Okay.
I really do need that on a shirt.
Okay, 8's not terrible.
You can do that. That can
It is
happen.
not a fail. I'm sorry. Voice activated like chorus. I'm still.
Nothing
fine.
nothing on this stream has been more true than that statement. I'm sorry,
Hold on,
everybody.
let me just really. Okay, Cora, turn on.
Ding.
Sploosh.
Wait,
Oh,
no,
okay.
I can't do what I want to do. It's not appropriate for stream. I'll do it
It's
after
okay.
this.
This is my house. Okay, Cora, play waterfall noises.
I thought you guys said play waterfall, and then I was expecting "Don't Go Chasing Waterfalls" to be the song that came out.
I would find
That
it.
is never true. That's
So-
never true.
so
Everyone
it-
chases the waterfalls.
And 8 is what I rolled.
You know, we're gonna get back to that. So you are using magic. 7-9. It works imperfectly. Choose an effect and I choose a glitch. I decide what effect the glitch has, rather,
I don't
but-
have it open. What are my options?
Okay, so your effects: inflict harm, enchant a weapon, do one thing that is beyond human limitations. I feel like that's what you're
that's the
leaning
one.
towards.
That's the one. Yeah.
Bar a place or portal to a specific person or type of creature, kind of ish.
Yeah. I think it's a combination of those two things.
yeah.
Is I'm
Trap
closing
is-
the portal.
Trap a specific person, minion, or monster. Banish a spirit or curse from the person, object, or place its inhabitants. Summon a monster into the world. I feel like I haven't really read these out. Communicate with something that you do not wish to share a language with. That's pretty cool, actually. Observe another place or time. Heal one heart. We're not healing right now. Cool. So you are basically doing something that's beyond human limitations that is also effectively trapping / barring a person vis-a-vis this portal.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Glitches. There are glitches. Either the effect is weakened, it has a short duration, you take 1 harm, ignore armor, the magic draws immediate unwelcome attention, it has a problematic side effect. Cool. How does it look like when you do this?
I think everyone's kind of doing their own thing, right? In this kind of combat, and I think Levi has been standing there, probably the furthest away from the combat. And when he sees her get shoved into the portal, he just puts a hand out towards it and just closes his hand. And then the mirror. What does the mirror look like, actually?
So it's a fairly plain and unassuming mirror in the sense of it is a large rectangular. Like I want to say it's one of those like 7 feet tall, probably at least 4 feet wide, large mirrors that probably was meant to go get installed in a dance studio.
And it's just, like, leaning there?
And it's just been leaning against the wall. It was meant to go to the dance studio. It never got delivered. There's something wrong with the paperwork. Something got fucked up, and therefore it's just stayed in this warehouse.
Okay, so I'll say it has a tell, right? So he puts his hand out and then closes his hand, and as he puts his hand up like this, the mirror lines in that black fire kind of thing, giving Naya a second to do whatever is about to happen with his glitch, and then he closes his hand and the glass shatters.
Okay, cool. So with that, I'm going to say... Yeah, so as this happens, I'm going problematic side effect, actually, in this respect. So you close your hand. You see the mirror originally showcasing a reflection, showcasing, obviously, parts of Naya, and you could see parts of you. You could see parts of Lockie, of Kit, of Jules, all reflecting in this. And as you clench your hand to close as Naya's going through, there is this immediate shatter just before the glass fully breaks. But you see half of Naya's body manages to completely fall within, especially due to Kit's jinx spell. They had lost grip of the actual the sides of the mirror. In this respect, though, they shoot out their one hand to try to use their whip to grasp onto something. Not grasping onto anything, it actually just hits not a cardboard box, but a wooden crate. And as the rest of the body disappears to the back, both hands get completely severed. The whip falling from their grasp.
No one make a joke about it.
And the glass just shatters. It cracks, splinters, and then crumbles.
They are going to be
Don't make a hand joke. I swear to God, any of you, don't make the joke. And then Levi just stands there.
I'm thinking it, Levi.
Levi stands there because he's an idiot, right? And he's absolutely thinking it, and then he looks around to everyone else. If he can't make it, no one can. Well. Sorry,
going with the problematic side effect is being that is traumatizing as shit that you now have 2 hands that are bleeding out on broken glass from this mirror. Its frame still leaning against the wall.
Well, Lockie takes the whip.
Okay.
This is Castlevania now. Damn it.
I told you I watched all of season 3, fam. It's fun.
Same. So I get you.
Jesus God, we'll have words later.
Hey, so
yeah, and then I think just starts like winding it kind of slowly.
Are they gonna be able to heal their hands? Or like?
Yeah, probably.
Oh, I was hoping for a no.
They're still gonna be pissed.
Microphone.
Oh, it's back. Yay.
That was great. Look,
That's sweet.
still gonna be pissed.
That's sweet.
We're talking in accents all day now.
That's sweet.
Let's everyone do their best Matthew Mercer.
Nah, I've always been more of a Southern Belle kind of lilt myself, but as you like.
So Marisha.
Oh yeah.
And we're not making this entire stream go southern. That would just be
surprising. Suddenly Undeadwood. Yeah. And Solagi just kind of very quietly winds the hips, the whip, sort of puts it in a pocket. I think he's not Naya. He doesn't have a place to carry that on a belt or something. Well, this is going to end badly.
Are they going to come back?
Yeah, probably.
How
Or
long
someone
do hands
else,
take
or
to regrow?
magic. I don't know.
Okay, well, I mean, I'm new.
It's not exactly a section of my expertise either.
I know this is kind of a loaded question, but are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Not you. You're always fine. I'm glad that you're okay, but I wasn't asking you.
Wow.
Good for now, I think.
Okay.
That might change soon. We'll see.
So, not to kind of jump from whatever the fuck that all just was to something else that's kind of really heavy, but are you still gonna kill us?
And Lockie makes like the face that River makes at Simon and Firefly. He's like, "Do you know who I am?" She's like, "No," and then walks away. I think.
Can I just spitball here, guys? This is gonna be like left field. Is there like a magic? Is there some kind of magic we can do with bones out hands to make sure that we can track when she's coming, so it's not a surprise anymore?
It's a great question and Lockie almost says bones on hands, and then just like stops himself and goes, that would have been a great question for Naya, because that's the kind of magic that they do, is what you do. So I don't.
Kit kneels down and picks up one of the hands and holds it. looks
macabre. All right.
Looks deep into the creases in the palms.
Yeah. It's still dripping, for the record.
You do that, and Jules just is like, I'm
gonna roll to see if I can attune to it. Does that seem reasonable?
Sure. You know what? With
all right, that's some Doctor Who shit.
I'll take it.
Levi is standing there, like arms crossed still, and he like looks to Jules and goes,
"Yeah, because you're trying to tune yourself. Yeah, no, roll plus weird. I want to see where this goes."
Well, I still do have I have one hold on Jinx. Can I use it on myself to give me a +1? Help a hunter, giving them +1 forward.
I mean, you already succeed with a 7, because 7 to 9 is already a success.
Oh, right. I'm sorry.
You're good. I know. Yeah. You're thinking, you're so used to 6s, unfortunately.
I know. Right?
That you immediately reacted.
I know.
I mean, in my defense, it had a red like border.
I know, it still doesn't look great.
It's because one of the numbers you rolled in there was a 1.
Yeah.
If that's important, I haven't cared.
That's why. Not. It's just how Roll20 works. That's why, like,
that's
the 14,
what I thought.
The 11s, they have
greens because they rolled maxes on them. Yeah.
On something, yeah.
Okay, so on a 7-9, I hold 1, and I can spend 1 hold to ask the keeper one of the following questions and gain a +1 ongoing while acting on the answers.
Yeah. So where is the creature right now? What is it planning to do right now? Who is it going to attack next? Who does it regard as the biggest threat? How can I attract its attention?
What is it planning to do? Actually, what is it planning to do?
All right, so you pick up this hand and you start to stare into it. You look at the lines of the hand, the various. Yeah, you're kind of palm reading in this respect. Getting into a lot of divination in this.
This one means you're shy.
This one indicates that she was a bedwetter. Weird.
Go figure. But as you look at the lines in the hands, and even looking through the blisters, the scars that are all encapsulated on their skin, what is it planning to do now? Is that what the question was?
Yeah.
you see the lines form together, kind of how your vision tends to take shadows and merge them into an image for you. It's taken the lines out of the palm and created an image for you. And so you see the image more or less on a palm. I'm imagining very detailed in this anime scenescape, okay?
Yeah, it's kind of trippy.
It's kind
The
of
little
trippy.
Junjo Ito.
It's really good animation. There's some great animators that work on this scene, so like, go with it.
But they're all Canadian.
Yeah. So you notice that with this, you see Naya sitting, resting, waiting. You see the ends of the hands start to grow and form back. And then you see it go after somebody else. You can see that it's intending to seek a different prey. And I guess in this sense, I'm answering a little bit of who is it going to attack next. But you understand that they are going after a single person. I'm not going to say who, because then I'm answering two questions, and it's not a part of this. But you understand that they're going after not you guys, but somebody else. So healing and attacking. It seems to be what they are planning to do right now.
Well, we're safe for the moment, at least from Naya. And I surreptitiously drop the hand onto the puddle of blood.
Which is like a big sploosh noise as it
like
hits the ground in its own puddle of blood and just splatters across, bouncing once and then landing palm up.
Of course.
Yeah, you're welcome. I am goofy and graphic, apparently. So
You know, that's an entire brand. What do you mean? So what do you mean safe from Naya? At least.
They're not coming after us next, at least after they heal. I saw it in the hand.
Fuck.
But they are coming after someone. Just not us.
It's probably Sava.
Cool. I'm gonna do a thing. So if you're easily grossed out by, I don't know what this is, you should leave. Just not you. And he points to Lockie. I think I need you around for this. And he starts to walk over to the blood pool of hands as well.
Nice. Kit looks over to Jules and is like, I'm not into this. Whatever is about to happen. And then walks out.
Levi isn't really paying attention to everyone else leaving. He has an idea that he's just going with, and he's requesting the presence of Lockie. Like he motions you over.
Yeah, Lockie will stick around.
He's gonna take the hand that Kit had just dropped, and then the other hand, and like kind of join them together almost, and then put them in the pool of blood. And I too am going to use magic to communicate with someone that I do not share a language with, and I am trying to communicate with him in a long distance place, because I can bar people from places and shit, so I assume I can communicate over long distances. I'm trying to warn Saba Cakes that you know,
Nice.
we had a bro situation where him and I took down a monster. We had some bonding, and Lockie, you were there too. I don't, you know.
Thanks.
But I feel like Lockie has a stronger tie to this person. So I'm going to attempt
do I give you that idea?
So I'm going to attempt to use magic.
Okay, cool.
To do this thing.
Go for it.
And
It's all
hopefully,
bondage references in the whip, clearly.
Thank you.
Hopefully I can get a +1 from Lockie aiding me or something.
Sure, we'll give you a +1.
Is that a thing?
We'll give you.
Sure.
Okay, well, Lockie, are you actually helping him?
I mean, if he tells me that he's trying to do that,
Yeah,
then
like
yes.
once you walk over, he'll explain.
Yeah.
He's like, I think I can warn Saba.
I would appreciate that a lot.
He seemed cool.
He is.
Suck it.
Nice.
11.
Excellent. So it works without issue. So what do you? So you were trying to communicate with Sava.
Yeah.
What do you tell him?
I just tell him that you know what? It's Levi. Handless Naya trying to kill you. Sorry about her hands. Love, Locky. Is what I sent. And like as he's doing it, the words form in the blood, right? As they slowly fade away.
Least contextually helpful telegram ever sent.
Yeah. Like the words form in the blood and they slowly fade as it like goes away, like a water thing.
Yes, like it sinks because you probably write it out into like the concrete of the floor, writing out this message using like you've communed with the hands, you've used the blood from them to actually write out this message, and it sinks into the concrete as it delivers the message to Sava, of which you see about a beat later, blood rise back up from it that says K, thanks, ?
All right, well, I think we...
That sounds about right.
I think we nailed it. Now do we just wait till someone else tries to kill us? Or, like, what... Do we kill your boss? I don't know what the protocol is here.
Tall order.
I want to say that while this is going on...
Yeah, what's Jules been up to?
Jules has kind of gone off to... Really has just kind of like walked a couple feet away from where they had been standing and kind of turns their back towards Lockie and Levi and kind of sits and closes their eyes and tries to almost meditate to see if they can go back into the room where they last saw Remy.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool. So you were trying to get to kind of that plane scale, that like mental state where you could go see Remy.
Mm-hmm.
You are trying. Can you do me a solid?
Probably.
God, sorry, I've played too much D&D lately, and where you just choose what you want someone to roll to figure out the fuck of what's going on. I'm actually just going to go with it. So you focus long and hard, and you are trying to connect. But this is very different from how you realize that, like, you were really only able to connect with Remy when you were in the other world, when you were in the mirror universe.
Okay.
And you get the idea that, like, you won't be able to get back to that same plane of existence unless you're in the mirror world.
Okay.
And somebody on your team, not naming names, may have just broken, the main portal in this current vicinity to set.
There's no other mirrors in this room, are there?
Not that you've been able to see or find. You'd have to go to another location where there's a portal. If you press R1, you can then teleport to... Sorry, I've played too much Persona 5 lately, so like...
I mean, good.
Played too much and watched too much, apparently. Yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad choices that you made.
Bad choice. I just made choices, fam.
Extremely genre defining.
Whoops.
Ipsy.
So that's actually very convenient. Because Lockie is going to turn to Levi and say, I need to go help him.
Yeah, but where is he?
It'll be easier for me to find it once I'm inside.
Well,
You're going back in?
We gotta save Sava, I guess.
Well, you don't have to, but...
No, I'm coming with you.
Okay.
Plus, like, your boss has, like, a whole army and shit. So, like, one more person on Team Don't Kill Levi is,
It's a pretty good team.
It's a pretty good team. Glad I founded it.
Is that what we decided to call this?
Yeah.
I'm not a fan.
I mean, it's easier for me to remember. I don't need to kill Levi all the time, so you know.
See?
And Rocky just walks away. Having said that,
Probably saying something when it's something that he constantly needs to be reminded of. Just throwing that out there, and then Jules continues to follow Lockie.
Wow. I'm just over here saving days left and right and getting shit for it. Jesus.
Wow, rude.
everyone walks away, and Levi's
That's
just
my
like
impersonation of you, friend.
Levi stands there with an imaginary whiteboard. Killed giant antler monster. Check. Did most of the heavy lifting on snake monster. Check. Chopped off crazy bitch's hands. Check. Man, Levi's just a piece of shit. He walks out of the room.
Don't forget burn down the house.
Listen! I unburned it down.
Burned down a soup kitchen.
A soup
probably
kitchen.
burned a building.
I unburned the
probably.
soup kitchen, okay?
Well, I think while that magic was happening, Kit stepped outside, and after realizing that no one was following them, sat down on the curb and opened up the compact mirror, and there was a long Academy Award-winning shot of Kit acting really intensely and then crying as they're looking at themselves in the mirror, and you see it on their face of like, if I'm not human, what am I? Like trying to make some kind of reconciliation over this information that's been repeated by multiple sources now of not being one of these humans. And then when everyone steps out, the door opens, like snaps it shut and does like a quick.
While you are having this moment, though,
Oh,
sounds like convenient mirrors almost.
there's always convenient mirrors.
I wasn't fishing for it, I swear.
Still roll plus weird for me.
Okay. The Hollywell sisters.
I wasn't fishing for it. The line was only the length of this Academy Award-winning shot.
Yes.
Beautiful. So
Yes.
you are looking into this and you are lamenting over the fact that multiple people now have told you you don't belong. And before you close that compact and wipe away the tear, there is one clear vision that you get. And this is the clearest one I want to say you've had ever. You see the back of that silhouetted figure as you always have, the shadow, that shadow form. You have seen them your entire life that you recall, where you've been seeing these premonitions and whatnot. And for the first time ever, this silhouetted figure, you no longer see the back of them. You actually see them turn around and face you. And the moment that makes you actually close your mirror is looking at them and realizing two things. One, how much they resemble Orono, the sand figure that you had met previously. And another is realizing that they kind of look like you. And that probably sends you into enough of a panic that you close that.
Oh yeah, instantly, like, and then just stand up and start like pacing around, avoiding the any kind of reflective surface, the rear view mirror on the cop car that is still just parked there for some reason.
Yes, yes. The cop had to deal with some hooligans. Okay, hooligans that didn't say
magic.
Please. Oh yeah, no, they got their buddy got
he's on a
teleported.
roof.
Their buddy's been teleported, but they're not sure, and they're trying to figure it out right now, while trying to get them also off the roof. Anyways, yeah, so that's what's going on through Kit right now. Sorry. So what's the rest of y'all doing as you guys eventually make your way, hopefully out, because Kit is hanging out outside.
Probably going for a train because Lucky doesn't have a car nor a phone.
And teleportation is wonky at best. So.
Teleportation for self is fine. Teleportation for large groups has proven remarkably unreliable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to not have my ass where my eyes were. So let's just travel normal, shall we?
Splicing.
Yeah, so I think the only place we know of is the soup kitchen, which is not burned down.
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
No thanks to you.
I like that.
No, it's literally thanks to me. It literally is thanks to me. I took the flames away.
That's true.
Yep.
I just don't want to give you credit.
It's just no one saw. That's the thing is like Levi did it when no one was paying attention, so it was like on fire. Then we came back, it was like, oh, you didn't burn it down. Great job. So no one knows Levi did it.
So
no one's gonna believe you.
So you have the one opportunity to prove to people that you're not a gigantic shitheel.
But then everyone
and you did it.
But
and you did it when no one was watching.
Yeah. And now everyone's like, "Great job burning it down." I'm like, I hate you all.
It's still there.
I hate all of you.
Yeah, but you burn it down first, though.
You
Like
lit the whole thing on fire. So I mean, I'm like,
you did though. But you did though. You got me.
Thank you for solving the crisis you manufactured.
But wait. I just want to throw this out there. But you did though.
Yep.
You did.
So we're going to go jump onto the transit.
Yep.
Some of you paying for it, some of you probably literally jumping the turnstile. Mm-hmm. Remind me later, there are multiple ads lately up in the Toronto transit system that are like, fare evasion is bad. So I keep meaning to send you photos of this for the for you jerks who decide to do that.
That's great. Perfect.
As a fun side note.
But this is fantasy Toronto.
Fantasy Toronto is still trying to crack down on fare evasion, okay? Except for it's a Union Station, y'all are going in and out, and therefore it is busy as shit, and nobody notices. So you guys managed to. Steve is kind of like frantically going in around pockets at your coat, Lockie. Just
that sounds right.
Anxious at this point. Has been since Naya showed up, and even when Naya left, has been kind of just like, oh god, like very anxious energy.
Okay.
Steve is all of us. Okay, Steve is just all of us.
Steve is all of us. Spartacus.
And so you all jump back onto the transit system. You head over towards Scarberia, which is where the soup kitchen is located, which is where our journey sort of began, or at least kind of got to. Anyways, so...
And where our journeys will end. What? Sorry.
Pardon?
We all die in the soup kitchen.
You all enter and it somehow spontaneously combusts. I mean, what?
Like Lockie or Levi. I just walked in.
Delayed fireball. It's fine. And so you all approach towards where the soup kitchen was. Still is. You see that it's been about a day since the incident. You guys have had quite the fucking hell of a day. And it clearly has been through something. It has been through fire. The edges of it, just kind of outside the doors and windows, are blackened and scorched. That kind of charcoal look seeping out of it. The fire departments, the police have all seemed to have left. There's still caution tape strewn across the doorway, that bright yellow against the concrete. And what do you do?
I think Levi literally turns to Lockie and goes, so what do we do?
Through the mirror, as per usual.
No, I know that part, but then what? We keep going in, like, I know I did it too, but like we keep going into places like half-cocked. So what's the plan?
Should we try what we tried last time with the cops?
was terrible.
I don't hate this. It's
Sexy-
doing it for me. It's
Sexy
fine.
Keith is back.
Sexy Keith is back. You don't see cops. There's just the caution tape everywhere, for the record.
Yeah.
I'm not giving you people more cops. I have seen what you do with them.
We just teleport him around.
Yeah,
You-
he's fine.
Yeah, he's just on a roof somewhere. Jeez.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Is
Levi
that a
turns
roof
to
in the neighborhood I live in now?
well. He turns to Lockie and says, "Yeah, but what's the plan? Like once we get in here, do
So you
have
know,
a way to
Stop
find him?"
Naya from killing
No, listen,
Sava?
man.
Like, I don't.
I know the bigger, broad plan. What are the finer notes? We keep just like running into things and then winging it. I feel like when your boss has an entire army, that's gonna catch up to us at some point.
Yeah, the plan is to be in and out before that happens. I don't really have grand scale tactics for how to dodge an army, Levi.
I mean, I figured if anyone would, it'd be you. The rest of us don't have an army, or
I don't have an army either.
he looks at Jules and Kit, or any experience with armies. Like, this is a new thing for all of us. You were in an army.
my army's going my sleeveys.
That's it. Good night, folks. We're out of here.
And we're good. That's that.
We started so sexy, and then we went there.
We never left sexy. Let's be real.
There we go. Thank you. Sorry, I just needed it
You're welcome. I can always
up
bring it
against
back.
the microphone.
And if you want to see Cora's
I
stage
can always bring it
presence,
back. It's not a problem.
it's exactly that. Both that voice and the armies and sleeveys joke.
Oh my god.
My armies are always in my sleeveys.
Oh dear lord.
What?
I burned the soup
Did you
kitchen
guys go
down.
in the building or not?
I burned the soup kitchen down.
Yeah,
Natalie.
no, Lockie has been like, I don't have a plan other than that at this point, and just goes in because wah.
Because when?
Good.
Yeah,
Because
I think Levi like throws his hands in the air and he's like, I guess this is what we're doing, and follows Levi or follows Lockie in.
Fabulous. Okay. So you all going into the soup kitchen building. It is reminiscent of, this is the building you knew, but it's that slight left of center feeling, because you see the scorch marks, blackened walls, you see weird footprints through the floor. It's not so weird to you necessarily though, because you know what caused them. You see pots and pans strewn about, and the overall feel to this place is that kind of somber silence that just overwhelms. You head towards the bathroom, of which anybody looking would notice as you enter the bathroom, there is the mirror of which you enter into, or did previously. You see just outside of it, above it, a handprint with faint, it looks like dried blood just pressed up against it. But otherwise, everything here is quiet. People have left it. They've gone clearly to go file paperwork. They've gone to go put in insurance claims form for a random spontaneous accident of which nobody understands what happened.
This bloody hand sounds awfully mysterious. I would like to investigate it.
Sure. Have at it.
Wait, I'm sorry. What does that look like?
It looks like approximately the size of your
No. I know what it is. I'm saying, what does it look like with Kit examining this handprint?
How are you examining this, Kit? Are you just like staring at it intently like you do?
Yeah.
Kit stands perfectly
vision,
still.
The vision face. That's so
Kit
Kit.
is a little vision.
I think when Levi walks in the bathroom and sees you like standing and staring at it, he like cocks his head like a dog and goes, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Why is he being so weird? Why are they being so weird?" Besides, he's being weird. Why are they being so weird?
Shut up, Levi.
No, seriously, what are you doing?
Also, I
I'm
don't know if you
looking at
noticed,
something.
This is kind of their thing.
No, I know you're looking at the handprint. Why are you making that face?
Because I'm seeing something.
Levi, shut up.
It's my.
Just shut up. Just shut up.
I got a 12. I got 12, Natalie. And
You got 12? You got
to
12.
remind you, I have the sight, so I can see visible things while investigating a mystery.
Oh, you
Not gonna lie. Legit thought that was your mic again for a second.
God.
You got the 12 there, sir. So on a 12, you may ask the keeper any question you want about the mystery, not just the listed ones.
Also, yeah, at this point, Jules is just going to Levi like, shh, no, my sweet summer child. No talking. Shh. No words, just emotions. Shh.
Doing the like caressing the face thing.
And he like having seen Kit make that face several times and then come back with like some kind of prophetic thing, he just crosses arms and watches like amused this time.
So
ask.
Kit, sorry, what question are you asking in this moment?
I'm gonna do, instead of choosing the one anything, I'm gonna choose 2 from the list. So what?
By all means.
What happened here?
Watch episode. I don't remember.
Watch episode 1.
So what happened here is somebody did what looks like the equivalent of, you would assume, blood magic. In that there is blood that has been spilled in order to, you would gather, it looks like they've absorbed a lot of energy into that blood, or at least or the hand that was connected to that blood.
Oh, this was Levi.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what are you doing?
This was like a long time ago.
I was trying to tell you, and that's why Cora was like,
that's why this has been great. That's why this has been wonderful. What is your second question, my dear?
That's why that's my hand.
Did Kit?
No one knows. No one knows Levi did it. Except
Okay,
This
so
is
then
actually perfectly legit for Kit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It's
cool.
just it.
Too legit.
So
Too
somebody
legit
clearly
for
used
Kit.
some blood magic to absorb energy, is what you're gathering. What is your second question?
What sort of creature is
I
it?
knew you were going to ask. What sort of creature is this? This feels...
Oh my god, can he see it happen from the opposite side of the mirror? Right? Because I did it from inside the mirror world, and I stuck my arm out and then touched the mirror.
Yeah, and so for that reason, actually, I'm going to say, what sort of creature is it? In this, you gain not quite a vision, but you see just the shadow forms of this episode reoccurring, wherein you see a human hand, manly, come out
That's generous.
of the mirror with blood, just a bit of it dripping out to the side as it slams, hits this top part, and flames enter into it. And looking at it, I want to say you'd see still a slight bit of the wrist and forearm, and you would see tattoos.
Yeah, and a Swolex.
And a Swolex.
Yes.
It is not the arm with 6 Swolexes,
Just the one.
just the one.
Levi, you are just messing with some shit that is beyond your understanding.
What do you mean?
This is you. This.
I know I did it. That's why I was asking what the hell you were doing. You could have just asked me. That's why there's no fire here. I sucked it all up. You're welcome. Thank you so much, Levi, for not making the soup kitchen burn down. I really like this place.
for fixing the problem that you caused in the first place.
Okay, listen.
With blood magic.
There was an actual monster in the soup kitchen, and I lit it on fire. Okay? And then I got rid of the fire. And then I got rid of the monster. Cut me a break, guys. Also, yeah, blood magic. I do it all the time. Jules helped with it before.
One of these days, that
When?
freaky person's
cut
gonna
your
take that
arm.
magic away.
In my apartment, I cut your hand open to use it to do magic, and then I passed out. Remember?
Oh, yeah, those blissful moments of silence. That was nice.
Mm-hmm.
It was nice.
I didn't just hear like a random ooh in my head every time. So that was nice.
It's like Levi is tinnitus personified.
Oh my God, yes.
Oh God, what is this noise?
Does anybody try to enter the mirror first? I'm assuming eventually somebody, because the goal is to go through the mirror, somebody's eventually going to go through there.
Yeah, I think. Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that Jules is pretty. After having tried to meditate in the other space and realizing that they would have to be in the mirror world to try and get in contact with Remy, they're gonna kind of look at the opportunity to get through into that world sooner.
Cool. Rather than later. Cool.
Yeah.
Jules, then
I think Levi follows suit quickly and like shoots Kit a glance and is like, I'm hearing a lot of sass and not a lot of thanks. And he slides into the mirror.
Yeah, you're right. There's a reason for that.
Slides into the mirror just like you slide into DMs unwanted and not as cool as you think you are. Sorry.
Oh, direct call out. Wow.
Sorry.
One time I slide into your DMs, man, and then
I know, and then I end up here, and it's awkward. Anyway,
Goodness.
that's how we all got here, guys. Okay.
It's true.
One butt pick, and then
Yeah.
That what that was? Anyways. Okay, cool. So we got Jules, then Levi. Lucky, Kit, are you guys entering in the slightest?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody enters in. Jules, do you like immediately go to try to sit down and try to meditate, or?
I would say that once I'm like in the actual like mirror world, I want to see what everyone else is doing, because I don't want to just plop down and start doing my thing. If everyone is like going in and then continuing to walk, then they're like, what are you doing? What you doing, friend? Come on.
Yep.
So, yeah.
In your defense, Kit often just spaces out for long periods of time. So
Really?
same.
You all enter in. First, Jules, waiting for the rest of them, followed by Levi, followed by probably Kit, and then Lockie. As you all kind of scramble your way through the mirror and enter into the mirror world soup kitchen, of which looks a lot calmer, a lot less scorched, a lot less torn apart. You all look to face each other, except Lockie, you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Oh no.
Do you turn around? Do you do anything, or you just stand really still?
Nope, turning around. Yep.
You see, and as you turn around, it becomes evident to everybody else as well, as if they chose that moment to reveal their form. This angelic figure, donned in white robes, their eyes masked by white fabric, as well these incredible white wings glistening out from either side of them, a hood over top of their head and shrouding most of their body. You see Lady Care, who looks at you, Lucky, her hand still on your shoulder. You had one order, Lucky. Do you not understand what I'm trying to do?
Nope, because you keep not telling me.
You keep getting in the way, Lucky. You keep... You know there's a reason why you're not supposed to go to the other side. You know that, right? You know there's a reason why I said you aren't supposed to go. You know I'm the reason why. I'm sure you've put that together by now. There's a reason why the daemon fight the anomalies. But it's not for the reason you think, you foolish, foolish child. You only exist because I let you. You only exist Because I need you, but I no longer need you. The anomalies are getting through just fine without you fools screwing up your divine purpose. So you know what? Let's remove that divine purpose from you, shall we? And you feel her hands, fingers, nails that seem to elongate into claws dig into your shoulder. It is painful. There is, you can't see it, but you feel blood start to trickle from just that very piercing motion as they enter into your skin, breaking it. And you feel every divine sense, those angelic wings, every power you've come to know be drained from your body. And to everybody else, you see Lockie's form change, shift, morph. You see it become something else. It evolves into something else. Lockie, can you please explain what you transformed to?
So when the minute Kari sinks her hand into Lockie's shoulder, you see his wings sort of flex out almost instinctively, and then the sort of it's white feathers for the moment because they're sticking with the theme originally, and then they darken and sort of turn to ash and burn away, and you can Kari lets go of Lockie after it starts, and Lockie sort of doubles over, and you can see what looks like the creatures that were in him sort of like pushing out on the sides in a kind of weird kind of out from the side, kind of stretching through kind of way. And then after that, those sort of happens, and then it just sort of like snaps back together, and Lockie just the sort of bones on the outside bits start to darken and go from a very sort of white to almost like an ashen gray tinged and nasty, gross ass yellow, kind of old bones have been left to rot for a bit. And then he collapses and doesn't move.
Lady Care stands over the collapsed form. I told you, you only had power. You were only divine. Because I said so. And because you dare to disobey, you go back to the monstrous anomaly that you were born to be. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode.
No.
That
was one hell of a touch.
And that is the final episode of Through the Glass, because I don't want to play this game anymore because bad things happen and I don't want it. It was fun anime time.
And now it's a bad time for everyone.
It was fun anime time, and now it's fucking Hellsing. So here we go.
I mean, yeah.
I watched too much Castlevania over the weekend, fam. I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
Don't be sorry.
Miss Natalie. I played too much Persona 5 this week.
I'm not kidding.
GM.
You don't understand.
Well, this show has been something. This episode has been a wild ride. It's like a slip and slide, There was some bumps. It was wet. It was a whole thing. That
Mostly
being said,
went from the blood after the hands you cut off.
Yeah, that too. That being said, we are done with this episode, and we are getting the hell out of here before Cora flies to me and actually punches me. So let's go around, do our introductions, and get the hell out of here.
I will say, if you do that, you are closer to me, and then you get a double hangout. Just saying.
I mean,
there's
terrible.
also that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say what else I wanted to say. Leaving it at that.
Okay.
So, speaking of words and how we're good at saying them, Cora, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
No. Hi, everyone. I'm Cora. I've been emotionally and physically compromised. You can find me on Twitter at GlamourBombLive. That is all capitalized, and it also has a U in it, just so you know. And that's where you can find me posting about TTRPG things and just other random bits of nerdery and ridiculousness and yeah. And you can also find me on the Chords of Fate podcast, which is hosted by Mage Productions. Just for anyone that's curious, we are getting ready to wrap up our first season. We will be recording that towards the end of the month, so we're not going on a hiatus and leaving everyone hanging. We're just, life happens, and yeah. So, but keep checking out there. I'll post about all the stuff that I do, and yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm bad with words right now. I'm going to shut up.
Can't
Bye.
imagine why. Sexy Keith, who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? What are you up to?
Yes, I'm Keith R. Patempa at all the social medias. And currently I'm surrounded by the ruins of East Nashville following the recent tornado. So that has been occupying much of me. But soon the Heroes Guild will start up again, which is an after-school program that I run here in Nashville with young kids and tabletop role-playing games and nonviolent conflict resolution and all that good stuff. With a system powered by the Apocalypse system of our own making. So if you're interested in hearing more about that, theheroesguild.com.
Hell yeah. We'll jump right over to John. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
That's a great question. So I'm John. You can find me on Twitter at Ryomasa, RY0MASA. I am here for this show again, 8 o'clock, 10 on Tuesdays. I'm also on a new show that just started on the Scrydex Academy called New Acadian Nights, where I'm playing a character that is very much not like Lockie and is actually a bit more like Levi now that I think about it.
Yes.
Come check it out. It's a dope thing. We're playing Urban Shadows. Salty Ginger is DMing, and it's very fun.
Nice.
Other than that,
hell yeah.
Love her.
And last but not least, Natalie, the ruiner of our dreams. Who are you? Where can we find you on the internet? And what are you up to?
What else do I ruin is what you're asking me. Hi, my name's Natalie. You can find me on Twitter at Chaotic Rogue. That's where I talk about TTRPGs, shenanigans, and other stupid shit. What else am I up to? I work with a lovely group of people called the Mage College, creating TTRPG third-party content. We are working, we do a bunch of different shit. I don't know what the fuck we're doing lately. Nobody else is watching. I can say whatever the fuck I want, and they can't hate me. It's fucking great. But also, the biggest thing that got thrown out there last week is the big thing that I'm personally working on is if you follow Greenleaf Geek, who makes fabulous dice and whatnot, she has a Keyfish Kickstarter coming out March 15th. So in like less than a week, there is going to be a tier in which case you actually get an adventure that is goldfish themed that I am actually writing, which is really freaking baller.
That's awesome.
I'm really, really happy to be writing this. I'm really excited. It's a really cool adventure that I'm writing. There's also a bunch of really fabulous GMs that are going to run the game as also reward options in that Kickstarter too. So you get the opportunity to play, you get the opportunity to just get it if you want to be one of those DMs who just wants to run it. Because I write some pretty baller adventures. Anyways, that's the next month is going to be me writing this thing, which is, I'm really excited for it. It's a really fun idea and concept.
yay!
Hell yeah.
Yeah, so that's my favorite thing lately that I'm working on.
Nice.
Chat, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, liking, all that fun stuff. If you guys like what we do here, please go check us out on Patreon. If you want to chat with us about this nonsensical show, please go join us in the Discord. Links for that both down below. If you have not checked out the Dark Fortunes podcast yet, please go do so. That's my D&D 5e podcast in the Humblewood setting. It's a great fun time. We just released episode 5, and we're all actually together now. So definitely go check that out. And last but not least,
if you guys want more hot, breathy content like this, please go check out Hot Dice Daddies on Twitter. It's a new podcast by your soft Dice Daddy, Nomadic, and your hard Dice Daddy, unMadeGaming. Please go check that out. It's also on Patreon at Hot Dice Daddy.
that being said, we're done here tonight. And
We're not.
Some more
We're
than
really
others.
not.
And from all of us to you guys, we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.